Breaking news. I don't know if you heard, but Andrade and WWE have parted ways. Now, the writing's been on the wall for some time now, but I didn't put it together like most people didn't, that this was coming. Thanks for joining the Inline Podcast. I'm your host, Reed D. Frost, and today we're going to be talking about Andrade. Give me a like, comment, subscribe if you like the show, and let's get to it. I don't want to waste no more time. Now, I was just sitting around my house just chilling, playing 2K, and my little bro hit me and said, guess what? I said, what? He said, you ain't gonna believe this, Andrade just left WWE. I was like, man, that's crazy. And I kid you not, on SmackDown, me and my little bro were just talking about this. We were like, where Andrade? Because it was crazy how Rey Fenix got a U.S. title match, but Andrade was nowhere to be seen. He was like, what? Because if you go back to SummerSlam, Andrade and Rey Fenix was the hottest tag team out of all those in that TLC match. Remember they cut that promo saying, we're money, right? Andrade, when he got paired with Rey Fenix, was finally starting to feel like Andrade again, and he was getting his legs again. And he was like, okay, let's see what Andrade can do. Like I felt like he was happy to be there again. Him and Rey Fenix was clicking, right? We was excited to see, and they were getting win after win after win after win. I was like, okay, Andrade and Rey Fenix got some legs. So I was excited about it, right? But then I noticed after SummerSlam, they was off television. I was like, where's Andrade and Rey Fenix, right? Because Melo Miz slipped in, and they were fighting tag teams. Because it was kind of like almost like a tag team tournament was happening. So you gonna go up, and end up being Miz and Melo versus Street Profits. But there was no Andrade Rey Fenix. So I kept asking the question every week on the show. I was like, where's Andrade and Rey Fenix? So we had that going on. Then we get the Street Profits versus the Wyatts, and now more time has passed, and Rey Fenix so happens to show back up, but no Andrade. And we said, where is Andrade? So the writing was on the wall. I didn't think that he was getting released or he left. We don't know. No one knows the details of what happened yet. It's early. It just happened. So be careful when you listen to people online talking about how this happened and this happened. No one knows. They just talking to talk like they normally do. Like, I know you're going to fall for it, or some people might not fall for it. I always stay away from online when news breaks, because everybody just talking, don't know anything, right? I always just try to come here and tell you the truth in my opinion on things, right? And I stand on it and I let you see my face, not just typing, right? So I knew on Friday that something was up. I didn't put this together because we had the Brock Lesnar thing, AJ Lee came back, the Saudi announcement, and Cody returned. I was like, I'm not gonna think nothing into it too deep. Andrade probably show up next week or something. He probably challenge Sammy in a U.S. title open challenge, right? But then we get to today, and when news break, Andrade is leaving WWE. I'm like, damn, I seen this coming too. Like, I ain't kidding you. Like, ever since Andrade came back, it just never was right. Even when he came back in 2014, was it? 14, 15? I think he's been back for almost 2 years now. He never really had his footing right. He just felt out of place, like he just didn't belong. Because he came in there, he was doing good. He got to that Money in the Bank with Drew, and Drew ran him down. And I was saying back then, Andrade walking around like his shit don't stink. Like he didn't come back like he had something to prove. He came back like he already done proved it. You know, like he had a good story. He was talking about his heritage and all that, right? And I was anticipating him. And he got into the qualifiers and he won his match and he was in the Money in the Bank. But then he had his legs up on the ropes like he done proved something. I'm like, why are you comfortable? What have you done? You just got back and you got your legs up? That's why Drew ran you down, and ever since then you was fractured and you was never the same. Because Drew told you you're not on this level, he not even worried about you. But you got your legs kicked up like you did something. Right? So that turned me off, and he just never got his feet right. Like I was telling everybody, he was coming out, like the crowd response wasn't there, that he wasn't putting nothing into him. Him and Melo had a little 7-match series, and it ended with the LA Knight thing, and LA Knight beat both of them, and then it was just Andrade was nowhere to be seen. WWE didn't put nothing into him. There was never nothing there. There was no crowd response. There was no connection. The writing's been on the wall on Andrade for some time now, right? I didn't think that he was gonna get released or nothing like that. I know people gonna run to the story of Charlotte, but that's why I always tell y'all, do not listen to the online community, because that's just another thing. Because online people don't like Charlotte. They trying to throw another thing on. Only why Andrade got released because it's Charlotte, because they don't like her, right? So like, no matter what happens that's connected to Charlotte, it's always gonna be her fault first, because they just don't like her. It's by association with them, right? But it's not true at all. Until it comes out and it's fact that Charlotte did that and she went out there and got Andrade fired, or he didn't want to be around Charlotte anymore, don't believe nothing they say. It's just he say, she say, right? It's like how they always say, oh, Charlotte's not good, Charlotte didn't do this, that, and other. None of it's true. It's just talking people don't know wrestling. So if you want to believe it and be in the crowd, be in the crowd. Us over here, we know wrestling. We know what's true and what's not. So do your thing. I will never tell nobody who to be. You know, I'm just telling y'all, just be careful, because online, that's the main thing they're gonna say. Charlotte, 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 Charlotte. Right? So back to actual wrestling, Andrade just never got his feet together. He just never had a place in WWE today. Like, it was exciting when he came in. Like, people hollering about AAA. Like, he was mad at WWE bought. No, that's business. He not gonna be mad at WWE bought a company. Come on now, y'all. They are reaching, right? But what I'm saying about it is, until we get the facts, we do not know the exact reason. But what I do know is this: Andrade, since he came back, has never felt like he was comfortable. Right? He never got nothing going. He never had a solid story outside of him and Melo, and that just got so far until they both got laid down by LA Knight. The crowd connection wasn't there weekly. You can go here, you can go listen with interest and hear there was a dead silence sometimes. Barely somebody saying stuff. Him getting on the rope, spreading his arms out, no one saying anything. I was like, man, Andrade like dead right now. There's nothing going on. You can go look for yourself. That's a fact. I'm not speaking my opinion. I'm telling you facts. That's actually what happened there with Andrade. He just never had nothing going, right? And then when he got teamed up with Ray Fence, he finally got something going, and he was looking good finally again. That's why everybody was excited by him and Ray Fence, because they clicked, you know? But then WWE took him off television, and we all should have known when they did that something was up. And we should have known, but with no one paying attention because all the other stuff around it. When Ray Fence popped up and Andrade didn't, we should have known right then and there. The writing's on the wall. Andrade's not going to be here too much longer. We should have saw it coming. So he probably just wasn't happy. And Triple H and them probably just told Andrade straight up, you're not in our plans and we don't have nothing for you. That's what, if I had to speculate why, and I'm not going with no online wrestling community just trying to start drama and all that kind of stuff, just saying he say, she say. But if I had to guess somebody who I know wrestling, I would say he just disgruntled, and he probably just want to go where he can actually be appreciated and have a chance to actually do something and wrestle. Because on SmackDown right now, I didn't see him doing anything. He's not part of the play. They barely can get Jacob Fatu on the show. Come on, they're not finna put on Andrade. Let's be honest about it. We didn't even have Charlotte Bliss this week. Like, come on now. They don't even got a certain amount of time they can put on television. And Andrade is not clicking with the crowd, and he's not drawing money, and people not coming to see him. So they're like, okay, we just not even gonna worry about Andrade because the fans don't care. Like now because he got released or he left, whatever the case may be, all of a sudden you're gonna hear the internet wrestling community come out and say, oh, we do like Andrade, this, that, and other, all this stuff's gonna happen now. But before this, you tell me last time you heard about Andrade's name. I'll wait. Exactly. But the thing about WWE is, just like any TV show or anything, they have numbers they can go by. They actually know the real, like the facts, the truth of the situation, of what people actually want to see and what people actually are viewing into and likes. They know. So you can't confuse them by just typing online, trying to get engagement, trying to say what this person is saying or that person is saying, so someone can like you and boost your numbers up online, trying to get people to like you, and you just playing a role or a part. That's not gonna work with WWE. Like Bruce Pritchard said on Cody Rhodes' podcast, we don't really look at their Twitter and online stuff because that's just hate. We don't book towards hatred. They not worried about nothing y'all talking about because y'all just talking. So y'all can go out there and run with your little Charlotte Flair rumor, your little AAA rumor, or what else rumor y'all want to run with to try to say something about this. Y'all got nothing going until the facts come out. And when the facts come out, this is exactly what you're going to hear. Silence. Because I all was wrong. Just like everybody was talking about WrestlePalooza. Oh, I'm not finna watch it. Oh, I'm turning off WWE, this, that, and another. And as soon as WWE booked the show and they put RJ Lee back, now everybody talking about, well, I can't wait to watch WrestlePalooza. Not just what wrestling fans do. If you're a wrestling fan, you know this one thing. Wrestling fans love to complain. You can't make them happy. So it's just another thing. And then when the next news breaks, it's going to be another thing. So I think Andrade was just frustrated, and with Triple H didn't let him go because they respect him, and they don't want to keep him sidelined. If he want to go somewhere else, they let him go because, like I said, they probably like he just not been part of their plans, right? The crowd don't want to see him. He don't draw money, and they got limited TV time, so they can barely get Jacob Fatu on the show. They barely get Charlotte and Alexa Bliss on the show. So sorry, Andrade, you can't cut it. When last time we saw some tag team wrestling? Exactly. But hey, we reached the end line. I'll catch y'all later. Peace.